I have a question for you. If you're Kamala Harris and you have all these new policies and stuff that you want to bring in, why not already do it in your off? In their term. Why not? Why is nothing done that she wants to do? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me.
3.5 years. We have not heard from this lady.
Nothing.
We have not, and they're giving Donald Trump a hard time because he's like, well, she was Indian. She was like, promoting herself as this first Indian woman prosecutor, vice president. And I'm biracial, Aiden. I have a black mom and a white dad. And for me, people get mad at me because I identify as biracial. I don't pick a side.
So Republican political, I can't even say it right. So Republican political pundit Amber Rose went and sat down at the very serious political platform, Aiden Ross Live. Man, politics has really gone a different direction, right? She is now on the Trump train. Since her appearance at the national convention, she wanted to say something. And she had some interesting things to say about Kamala Harris.
Well, the reason why, I was like, I want to get Amber on my stream right now specifically is because I'm doing a stream with President Trump, August 5th on Monday.
What? And, hold up.
Thank you so much. But
That's crazy. Give it up for Aiden Ross for getting on the calendar for the president to come on his live stream. That is crazy. Can you imagine? Back in the day, it used to be a big deal to get like a presidential candidate.
And thank you so much. But I saw you spoke at the the convention, and I just wanted to have you on stream because it makes the most sense.
Hell yeah.
So my question to you, first off, is
a little awkward with it.
How long have you been a Trump supporter? Because that's my first question I want to ask you. Because a lot of people, including myself, I wasn't the first term because I was in high school at the time, and they would teach me a bunch of stupid propaganda. Like basically in my high school, what you're not supposed to do as a teacher, you're not supposed to really, try to throw a bunch of, stupid stuff at students, which they were doing back in the day. And I used to not like him, but now I love the guy. I'm obsessed with Trump. So I want to know your story.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I've said some very mean things about Trump that actually came out after I endorsed him. I posted a picture of an overflowing trash can and said, "Why is Trump here?" So I said some mean things. I think he forgives me, but I was in the same boat because, I was just brainwashed by the left. They told me he was racist. They said that he was just all these like negative things, and I did my own research and I realized it was all lies.
Right. No, it is.
I felt duped. Honestly, I felt duped. I was just like, I can't believe they lied to me for this long.
No, I know. It's like it's so easy to fall into that. So if you're not fully into if you're not fully into politics, the propaganda is it's like they try so hard to just brainwash every single person that's not really fully on board into politics. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's even like the Roe versus Wade thing. Like the people on the left think that it's just a national abortion ban. No one can ever get an abortion ever. And it's like, if you don't understand politics and why that happened, no one can ever get an abortion ever. And it's like, if you don't understand politics and why that happened, you're just going to think that. And that's, especially Kamala and stuff. That's all she talks about. Project 2025, even though Trump already came out and said that that's not his.
It's not, yeah, exactly.
Shots fired. And she's going after Kamala's policies now. It's funny, Kamala wasn't talking much about policy when she was doing her rally in Atlanta. So Amber Rose is going to go ahead and do the job for her.
And so they keep throwing that in people's faces. And if you're not looking on the other side and you're only looking at Shade Room or Hollywood Unlocked or, Baller Alert, and that's the only information that you're going to get, I mean, you're going to be brainwashed forever. Right.
No, truth. I want to ask you, you brought her up. What do you think about Kamala, like having Megan Thee Stallion twerk? And, what were your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, look, it's, I think I like Megan. I think she's a good person. I think that she is pandering to Black people. I think that she thinks that that's what Black people want to see in order to vote for her. And I think it's absolute. I mean, I think that people in general just want to know the policies. all that, the extra stuff, it's like, it's cool. It's like a concert and stuff like that. But what about the policies? How are you going to make America great again? No pun intended.
Yeah. No, but all that stuff that like rappers do, and even, anyone in entertainment, it really, really truthfully matters. Like it does. It takes a very big toll because people are so influenced so easily now, right? So my thing is, it's like, that's why I'm doing this stream. Obviously I support him and I want people to know the truth. But I think like this stream, like this stream that I do with him is going to really influence a lot of younger people. It's endorsing, President Trump. So I think it's going to help a lot of people to really wake up and see the truth.
And that's why streamers are valuable right now. That's why streamers are some of the most streamers and YouTubers and, social media. But YouTubers is specific because there's a certain bit of influence that goes into it. Like somebody with an audience as big as Aiden Ross, like, can sway some minds, especially if it becomes the cool thing to do is to do what he says. Obviously he's made some interesting deals over the years with like Kick and, to varying levels of success, but he made a lot of money on him. So people still, this is the interesting thing. Like, who does Gen Z really go to for their politics? They're over 18 and they're able to vote. So who are they going to go to for their information? Because they've already proven that they don't trust the mainstream and what's going on, and they'd rather get their information from this than anything else. So somebody like Aiden Ross becomes a very powerful piece and who he puts his energy behind. So I wonder now, does Kamala Harris try to go and sit on Kai Cenat's room?
Well, I think that initially we believed in Biden because he was the vice president to Obama, and then we loved Obama so much, and then we kind of see like Kamala pandering, and people are just waking up. They see they see that it's not authentic, and so it's making a lot of people say, I wonder why so many people are like, into Trump. And the reason why they always say like Trumpers are like a cult and we get like so crazy when it comes to Trump is because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
True.
You know what I mean? It's like you just want everybody to like be enlightened the way you are.
It's true.
Once you come from the left to the right, you're just like, oh shit, bro, I can never go back. Like, it's crazy.
Amber, do you have anything else you would want to talk about or announce or anything like that as of right now? Or
I want to talk about police immunity because I feel like that is a big thing that the left is trying to just act like Trump is just gonna let cops just go around and just kill people for no reason. Again, like we said earlier, if you don't fully, you know what it is?
I think it's qualified immunity is what the topic that they're talking about.
Aiden, I'll be honest with you. I think Trump's problem is that he has such a high IQ that he doesn't understand that he has to break things down sometimes. He expects people to just fully understand what he says when he says it. And so most of America needs him to say, yes, there's immunity for cops. But in certain circumstances, a cop cannot just go and kill a random person and there's no consequences. He's not saying that, So I think that people need to fully understand that when he does say police have immunity.
Definitely, I agree with you. I think that his brain works so fast sometimes. Like sometimes, like people that really are like unaware, they don't really they don't understand what he's really trying to say.
At face value, and it's like, oh my God, every single cop is just they can do whatever they want and just get immunity. Like that is just not the case.
No, I agree. Amber, do you have any questions?
And they actually enjoy some of those benefits right now, actually. So it wouldn't be too far from actually what's happening right now, as far as I know.
I have a question for you. If you're Kamala Harris and you have all these new policies and stuff that you want to bring in, why not already do it in your off? In their term, why not? Why is nothing done that she wants to do? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me.
3.5 years, we have not heard from this lady.
Nothing.
We have not, and they're giving Donald Trump a hard time because he's like, wow. She was Indian. She was like, promoting herself as this first Indian woman, prosecutor, vice president. And, I'm biracial, Aiden. I have a black mom and a white dad. And, you know, for me, people get mad at me because I identify as biracial. I don't pick a side. I don't say I'm a black woman. I don't say I'm a white woman. I don't feel like either. I feel like both.
Right.
And so I think the confusing part with Kamala is that she really promoted herself as an Indian woman. And she picked a side, essentially.
Right.
Even though she's biracial, she picked a side. And now all of a sudden she wants the black vote. And it's like, oh, I'm a black woman now.
Right.
Like, we understand that you're biracial, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm biracial, but you know, you did pick a side, and now you're just switching to another side
To get votes.
And it seems disingenuous.
Yeah, it's just to get votes. You know, like I said, you know, she should have been more specific in interviews back in the day. Oh, I'm Indian and I'm black. You know, but
For sure, yeah.
But it is what it is. You know, this election scares me because this is a very important one, Amber. You know, it's very, very scary because it's so easy to manipulate people. It's so easy. You know, I was manipulated. You just said you were too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so I'm curious what's going to happen, but that's why everyone's got to register and you guys got to, everyone's got to vote. Everyone has to vote. It's so important to vote. I really hope that this stream I do with President Trump, it goes down in the books, and I really hope it influences a lot of younger, you know, people to go out and vote. You know, it's it's very important.
There you have it. Trump surrogate Amber Rose. Like, this is probably one of the most effective moves their campaign has done, is having her out there. Like, not only can she speak to a different audience of people that they probably would not be able to reach, but she's also biracial. Who knew they were going to be running against Kamala Harris and this racial identity conversation? This is fascinating because now we're really looking at Amber Rose being effective out here. And I think she kind of found her place. Like, she seems kind of natural at it. You know what I mean? She's always been, I guess, preparing for this in some ways by doing on camera stuff, but it's interesting to see her in this political sphere and how she can be utilized. And I wonder if these are specific, like, official events. When Amber Rose pops up now, it's going to be as a surrogate in some ways. That is interesting. So anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Faucette Media.